What's going on, everyone? It's Marco here, and this video is pretty different from any video that I've made. Maybe that's not true, but I wanted to make a quick video to talk about some changes that you've seen right here at Phone Dog's YouTube channel, and in particular to my videos and video equipment. So over the past year and so, I've been using this guy right here, the Sony Alpha A6300. It's an amazing, tiny, mirrorless DSLR camera. It shoots 4K video, and, you know, it's a fabulous, fabulous camera. It was $1,000 to buy for the body, and it was probably the best camera that I've bought on my time here on YouTube, other than the Panasonic GH4, but the GH4 had some funky color issues with the orange skin tones and that kind of stuff, but I'm no longer using the A6300 for the majority of my videos, so you're probably wondering, so what camera are you using? Well, you've probably noticed either a slight difference in the sharpness of the video or maybe the clarity of the video, but more likely you probably noticed something different with the color, and in more particular the way my skin tone looks, the way it's a little bit more creamy, and that's because I've bought a Blackmagic URSA Mini 4.6K. So you may have remembered that I actually used a Blackmagic Production 4K camera for about a year before I had the A6300. I kind of went Panasonic GH4, Blackmagic production camera, then A6300 for an ease of use camera for YouTube. Well, now I'm happy to be back at Blackmagic, mainly because everyone knows I'm a huge camera nerd. I've talked about the GH4 a lot, then the Blackmagic production camera, then the A6300, and now moving into the URSA Mini 4.6K, just because I love cinema, I love shooting cinematics, I love the amazing look of film, and I really have an obsession with raw video. Now, don't take this video as me preaching to everyone saying go buy cinema quality cameras, because this is the definition of complete overkill. I mean, we're talking about cameras in this price range. I mean, anything like from, you know, the Blackmagic, obviously the Canon C300, the C100, the Reds, all these cameras are amazingly overkill for YouTube, because obviously what you upload to YouTube is always going to be compressed regardless of what you shoot it on. I mean, even the A6300 is slightly overkill for YouTube because, again, it's 4K. I mean, the percentage of 4K to 1080p viewers at home is immense. I mean, anyway, most people watch it on their phones, and I don't know anyone personally that has a 4K display on their phone. And then also 4K TVs are also in the minority. 4K displays like monitors are also big minorities. So it's not like people are even watching 4K. So why even get anything bigger than 4K like 4.6K or 5K or 6K or 8K or 10K or 12K? It doesn't make any sense. But I like it, so don't judge me. Now, the URSA Mini is not really a mini camera. It weighs about 5 pounds. It's about the same size as a Sony FS7 or a decked out Red Epic or Red Scarlet or Red Weapon. Again, it's not very small, but I do like the extra weight and the side handle, and I think overall as a package for $5,000 as a body, you probably need to go about $7,500 to $8,000 to actually get it up and running because of the expensive media, the battery solution, all this kind of stuff. It's actually a really affordable and amazing product for what it's intended to do, and it also comes with DaVinci Resolve $8,000 software regardless, which is used industry-wide for color grading and color correction. But this video isn't just about the camera that I'm using, but it's also about new lenses. For years now, I've been using the coveted Sigma 18-35 f1.8 zoom, which basically is the best lens I've ever used in my entire life. The beauty of the Sigma is it's almost like having a prime at every focal length between 18 and 35 mils, which basically gives you constant aperture at f1.8. It is tack. I mean tack sharp from the center of the frame all the way out to the edges. I never lose sharpness at all, and it's actually the lens that I'm using right now to shoot this video. But over the past few weeks, I picked up some more lenses to use on the YouTube channel and for myself personally, and these are actually called primes. Now, the difference between a zoom lens and a prime lens is a zoom lens, you can change the focal length, and the prime lenses, they're fixed. They're fixed focal lengths. You can't change them. They're just built that way, and the great thing is they're built at amazingly low apertures, very wide open. open. So the first one I want to talk about, or the first two I want to talk about, are the new, well, not really new, but a year old now. These are the Zeiss Milvus lenses. Now, this is the Zeiss 2.8 21mm EF, the ZE, I guess you want to call it. Zeiss is really well known for making some amazing quality optics. These are kind of their cine style type of SLR glass. It is SLR based because it doesn't have like a declicked aperture, but the focal or the focus ring is super smooth and super long, almost 180 degrees from end to end. The build quality is bulletproof. It's obviously Zeiss. It's weather sealed, and they were made for DSLRs, but they're also made to cover an 8K sensor, for example, the red helium sensor. Now, the other lens I have in the Milvus line is the 50mm f1.4. This is an amazing piece of glass. The amount of bokeh on this thing is incredible. I mean, if you've looked at some of my previous videos recently, like the Mate 9 video and the 6X video, some of that was shot with the 50mm lens, and you'll probably know because the bokeh quality is amazing. Almost everything is out of focus except that one point that I want. It has such a shallow depth of field that it just looks amazing on this camera. But a lot of that has to do with this lens. Now, the third lens I want to talk about is this guy right here. This is a Sigma again, but this is the 35 f1.4 art lens. Now, the art lens line at Sigma is literally their highest quality optics you can find. The Sigma 18-35 is also an art lens. That's why it's an expensive set of glass, and it's very coveted here on YouTube, and a lot of people that I know use 18-35s basically everywhere because it's such a versatile lens. Well, this is their 35mm f1.4. Now, it's fairly large for a 35mm, but it's a very, very fast lens, and it's one of the sharpest lenses I have ever used in my entire life. I mean, this thing, for a long time, was one of the sharpest lenses ever rated by anyone. It still is very high up there on the list. I mean, this is sharper than the Zeiss lenses. It kind of takes away a little bit from the cinematic quality of some lenses, but if you want absolute sharpness, the Sigma art line, you cannot go wrong. So that's basically the update video I wanted to post here. It's basically just looking over my new gear, telling you guys about it, just so you know, if you want to take a look at it, see the video quality compared to the A6300. I think the A6300 and 6500 are fantastic cameras, and if you're looking for 4K on a budget, those are really two cameras that you can't beat in the market. But for cinema, I mean, I'm a real big dork in terms of cinema. I love shooting things in a very filmic fashion. I do a lot of personal work as well, and, you know, having the URSA Mini is just going to make my life a whole lot easier, especially in post, because I'm actually a nerd about color grading and color correction. Again, I'm not saying go buy these things, I'm just saying they are fantastic. Now, I will leave the links for the camera and the lenses down below from B&H. If you want to check them out, please do. It costs you nothing to take a look at it. And as always, my name is Marco Hanna, and I'll catch you in the next video.